Uncle Waldo. I do believe you've been drinking.
You know something? I like Uncle Waldo.
Especially when he's marinated.
For decades now, Disney parks have tiptoed around one of the most heated debates in their history: alcohol. Walt himself once drew a hard line, fearing booze would tarnish the family-friendly magic he envisioned. But over the years, alcohol has become increasingly available within the parks. And yet, in 2025, Walt Disney World has just opened not one, but two brand new bars that push this boundary even further. One sits inside the heart of the Magic Kingdom, a place once considered sacred ground in the alcohol debate. The other is an adults-only lounge hidden inside EPCOT's most iconic landmark. Both are shaking up tradition and therefore sparking conversations about Disney Parks' history with alcohol, a history and debate that I want to explore today. Before Magic Kingdom or Disneyland served their first drops of alcohol to the general public, the subject of alcohol in Disney parks was hotly debated. Sure, non-castle parks or even a certain international castle park had long broken this sacred rule, but for many, serving alcohol at either of the US castle parks was an obvious no-go. Today, this is a battle long lost. Alcohol in sit-down restaurants has become commonplace at both Magic Kingdom and Disneyland, but still, you won't find any walk-up bars, quick-service cocktails, or full bars at either park. The last remaining efforts to preserve Walt Disney's reservations about serving booze in his beloved park. This old-school rules linked to Walt Disney is why so many people felt so protective of the dry park concept. Walt Disney had strong feelings about serving alcohol in Disneyland, famously rejecting it for fear that it would undermine the family atmosphere that he envisioned. However, come 1967, there was of course one notable exception: Club 33, the elite members-only venue tucked away in New Orleans Square, which offered fine dining and alcoholic beverages in an exclusive setting. Despite opening after Walt Disney passed away in 1966, this venue, bar and all, was in fact approved of by Walt. And though out of reach for most guests, Club 33 demonstrated that Disney did not reject adult experiences outright. They simply restricted them to carefully curated environments. Since being so highly paywalled, this was a view that came to sit badly with many as time went on. In addition to Club 33, there's the often forgotten Holidayland, a picnic area just outside the park gates, where Disney offered picnic lunches that came with bottomless beer. So actually, as early as 1957, alcohol was indeed being served on Disneyland's property to regular guests. Although Walt didn't quite consider this area to actually be a part of the Disneyland park. But let's not forget that Walt was more than happy to sip away inside his private apartment on Main Street, or when he celebrated his 30th wedding anniversary on the Mark Twain's maiden voyage, followed by a meal with alcohol of course at the Golden Horseshoe a few weeks before the park opened in 1955. Nevertheless, Magic Kingdom followed Disneyland's dry park tradition when it opened in 1971. But EPCOT, today almost better known for drinking around the world than anything else, was the first to break this rule. EPCOT embraced alcohol right from the beginning, with the Imagineers seeing it as an essential part of the World Showcase's concept to highlight cultures from all around the world. What would Germany be without beer, France without wine, and Mexico without margaritas? Thus, the rule of no alcohol at a Disney park was amended to be no alcohol at a Disney Castle park. This remained true when Tokyo Disneyland opened in 1983, but by 1992, a new problem reared its head. The French public were unhappy with many things about the opening of a Disney park in Paris, one of which was its lack of alcohol. So, just 1 year after opening, Euro Disneyland broke the sacred castle park rule and began to serve alcohol to guests. With this, the floodgates were truly opened. It may have taken 20 years, but again, with the French to blame, or to thank depending on what side of the argument you fall, the French-themed Be Our Guest restaurant became the first to serve alcohol in the Magic Kingdom in 2012. From here, alcohol slowly found its way into all of the Magic Kingdom's sit-down restaurants. For Disneyland, the French were safe from blame this time. Instead, it was the folks in a galaxy far, far away who insisted on booze as part of the authentic experience. Because truly, what would Ogre's Cantina be without drinks fit for a rebel? Thus, in 2019, Ogre's Cantina became the first place to serve alcohol to regular guests within Disneyland. Emphasis here on regular guests, as Club 33 had of course been serving alcohol to its elite members since 1967. Then, when Disneyland reopened in April 2020, 2021, after its 14-month COVID closure, the end of Fast Pass and annual passes were not the only changes. The iconic Blue Bayou restaurant in New Orleans Square reopened in May 2021, with a brand new menu that included beer, sparkling wine, and a rum-based hurricane cocktail. From then, like with Magic Kingdom, alcohol found its way onto the menus at all of Disneyland's sit-down restaurants. Tokyo Disneyland followed suit in 2020, and from what I can tell, Shanghai has been serving alcohol since opening in 2016. At least it certainly was when I visited back in 2019. Today, Hong Kong Disneyland remains the only truly dry Disney park.
Beer!
Homer, it's a temptation.
When did beer hurt anybody?
Unlike Disneyland, which had the bar-like Ogre's Cantina, alcohol at the Magic Kingdom could only be enjoyed at a proper restaurant. That was up until the recent opening of the Beacon Barrel, Magic Kingdom's very first bar-cum-lounge. The tavern is richly themed around Pirates of the Caribbean, with immersive environments, a skull-shaped bar, and a storytelling animatronic parrot. Well, not just any storytelling parrot, but the Barker Bird, also known as Pegleg Pete. The Barker Bird debuted in the Magic Kingdom in 1973 with the opening of the Pirates of the Caribbean, first appearing near the unload station, before being relocated to the attraction's entrance to draw in crowds. It was removed in 2006 during the ride's film-inspired refurbishment. Thus, when it was announced that he would be making his return to this new bar, Disney Parks fans were beyond overjoyed. In fact, we were all so ecstatic that most of the noise against this bar was largely drowned out. So well done on that one, Disney. Currently, reservations are required, each session is capped at about 45 minutes, and guests are limited to 2 drinks each. There are a few snacks available to eat here, but drinks are certainly the lounge's main draw, with Magic Kingdom being, rightfully in my opinion, viewed as one of Disney's most hectic parks. This new lounge sounds like the perfect reprieve, an air-conditioned space to unwind while still keeping the highly themed magic alive. I haven't really seen too much opposition to this lounge's opening, as all arguments against this had kind of already been lost. Sure, it's Magic Kingdom's first lounge, but the more sacred Disneyland had already opened Ogre's Cantina back in 2019, and since then, alcohol in the castle parks has kind of just become commonplace. Maybe if Main Street becomes home to beer carts, we'll see this topic rear its head again, but for now, I'd say most people are happy with the alcohol in sit-down spaces only compromise that we have today. The other, arguably more controversial, new lounge is EPCOT's adults-only GO82, located inside Spaceship Earth, the park's most iconic structure. The lounge is designed exclusively for guests aged 21 and over. For a long time now, EPCOT has been seen as Walt Disney World's most adult-oriented park. As already mentioned, its World Showcase gave rise to the now famous tradition of drinking around the world. With this, the opening of GO82 in June 2025 feels like a natural evolution rather than a departure. Many fans have celebrated GO82 as a refreshing retreat, a space without children where adults can enjoy crafted cocktails, quiet conversation, and a moment of exclusivity within an otherwise bustling park. Much like the adult-only pools and bars on Disney Cruise Lines, or the nighttime transformation of Trader Sam's Tiki Bars to 21+ only, GO82 represents the next step in Disney's evolving portfolio, acknowledging its multi-generational audience. Disney adults may be mocked and misunderstood online, but GO82 suggests that Disney themselves are far removed from this silly view. Some critics may argue that adult-only venues risk alienating families, especially when placed inside iconic locations like Spaceship Earth. But personally, I'd say it's been a long time coming. In the past, when I've been inside other EPCOT bar venues, such as La Cava Tequila, I've found the presence of children kind of odd sometimes. Who wants to sit and watch their parents chug margaritas when they could be riding the Three Caballeros? By the sounds of children crying I've heard there, I'd say not many. Now don't get me wrong, parents should of course still be able to enjoy drinks at EPCOT, but some of the environments that already exist feel better suited for this than others. Restaurants and quick service bars feel like a better fit for all the family. From a business perspective, the benefits of these bars are obvious for Disney. Premium pricing for alcoholic drinks, collectible cups, and exclusive experiences such as GO82's fireworks viewing package generate significant revenue for the company. At the same time, these venues expand Disney's storytelling rather than disrupt it. GO82 may be less themed, but it still feels perfect for EPCOT. Meanwhile, the all-ages Beacon Barrel is one of the best themed non-ride experiences that Walt Disney World has opened in a long time. Personally, I have no problem with alcohol as it exists in the parks today, but I must admit, currently grabbing a drink and walking around Disneyland with it in hand would feel weird. Although, perhaps Disney disagrees, as their recent Disneyland's 70th anniversary media event invited attendees to wander Fantasyland with alcoholic beverages in hand. So who knows what the future holds for alcohol in Disneyland and the Magic Kingdom? Perhaps all boundaries will eventually be removed. Perhaps every Disney park will open its own adults-only lounge. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. In the end, Disney's relationship with alcohol has always been a balancing act, between honouring tradition and evolving with the times, between family fun and adult indulgence. The openings of the Beacon Barrel and GO82 show just how far the company has shifted that balance. What began as a strict no alcohol in the castle parks rule has slowly softened into something more nuanced. Alcohol is not just tolerated at Disney, but it's become a part of the storytelling. If history has shown us anything, it's that what feels controversial today may just be the norm tomorrow. But for now, I'm just very excited to get to experience GO82 and the Beacon Barrel for myself in just a few weeks. So let me know if you've been lucky enough to visit either, or even both, and if so, what do you think? And more importantly, what should I order to drink? Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to weigh in on this long-lasting Disney debate in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, check out some of my other videos and the links in the description.